Hello and good evening. Welcome to this open webinar where we will open to the connection with the area in Portugal, Tomar, where a special access to a pristine connection with wisdom exists, carried in for thousands of years by different groups all over the globe. And here we will work with the Knight Templars. We are here together to have an experience with this. I'm a channel and energy worker and a seer, connected with different mutual fields of consciousness and mutual field of consciousness related to different areas, traditions, and wisdom carriage. Been called to travel all over the globe, connecting with these different wisdom fields. The Knight Templars have a special connection because they have a connection to what we will call the modern society. They are still here and they kind of transmuted into a reality for now, or now reality, but still carrying the wisdom in a kind of non-shattered version. It's not because they are more right, more pure, more perfect than anybody else. They just have a lineage and a carriage that supports our kind of connection when we are living in a modern reality. As I am a shaman of the new era, I will open the field and invite you in. And in the new era connections, we have our own reflections and we have our own resonance with whatever wants to meet us here. I'm using the new era field of consciousness for the connection that ensures that we will have a secured access that meets us with what we can connect with and what we can exchange with in the best purpose and in giving us the most we can contain in the best way. As I'm opening the connection, I open for each and every one of us, and you enter with your intention. So just by agree from within, you enter this field, and the connection comes from within through the bodily experience. So for you to sense yourself, sense your body, your state of emotional being right now, your sense of the energy, the frequencies, and you kind of stay with that, like when you're holding on to something to ensure that you will not fall. So the connection through the body, the emotional state of being, and the energy is kind of your way of holding on to the deepest and most exquisite experience with this mutual journey to enter these fields and this consciousness that waits for us, because I'm going with the group to this area again in the end of April, and we'll do some energy work, and I will share with those who wants to come. We have open for possibility to sign up, but I will also share on the platforms as well. And we have open for 4 different introductory opening webinars, and this is the first one. working as a channel as well, I begin to connect and I sense how you enter the field. Breathe, soft, deep. Intentionally create a sigh or two. Support your system that now aligns itself with the inner connection that we all carry as a possibility to the wisdom fields through purity. Sense your body, your emotional state of being at the same time, and your energy as well. Going deeper and higher in the connection. Allow it to kind of follow you into your experience here. Breathe, soft, deep. I'm channeling the energy, and then I will tell you when I go into a more direct channeling state, and then I will go out and in of this. So right now I'm kind of semi-channeling because the things I'm telling you, I'm not thinking about it. I haven't thought about it before I come. So it's just kind of flowing, and I'm only listening to the words at the same time as you do. I'm only hearing them. I'm not knowing them before they're here. But now I'll go into this deeper connection, and I recognize immediately and get emotional because I connect with this Templar Knight in the field, the wisdom fields that they are containing and they are taking care of. And I remember when I enter this area in Tomar with the special building with the church that have the same blueprint as a church in Jerusalem. I believe it is. I'm actually not as good as history, and the channeling is falling me here. So let's just go with the energy and what comes by itself. I try to remember. It doesn't work well, especially not when I'm channeling, so sorry for that. Get emotional by connecting with this Templar Knight. And I remember when I met him when I was in Tomar the first time, slowly the energy will come to you. In this area, meeting you, meeting the Templar wisdom field in your way. When I'm stepping into these areas, I sense energy. I'm so aware to be a representative of the nearer field of consciousness and the mutuality that's carried in, that everybody and everything is equally important. There's no such things as hierarchy. We are moving into unity. And I'm a representative for this when I'm entering these areas. And always prepared to be met and to meet what comes to show itself to me in the energy, in the connection. And as I sensed the Templar Knights that met me there, I was prepared for this ceremonial connection, this ceremonial greetings. But he was just like, hey, good to see you. And I was like, what? Well, what is it? Where is the ceremonial greeting? Where is the tryout? Where I have to show everything and to be pure and have no resistance? I'm used to that kind. They're different in each and every area, but I was so prepared. And he said, but we have walked together since your first journey. My first journey was in November 2012, where I went to Montaigu in southern France, in the area where I met the Grail and I met the Templars. And the Templar was the guide for this journey, or the leader actually. The primary channeling, the primary teachings come with a consciousness known as White Eagle. I met him the first time channeled by Jeanette Crowley, and she is American channel and a shaman who has a modern shaman, and she have opened a lot of the connections and the access to the nearer field of consciousness possibilities. So I'm kind of walking in her huge footsteps. But as a new era shaman, you work in the footsteps of everyone actually that have taken the new era steps, and her huge contribution is carried in the field when we're meeting it. And the connection I had with her and have with her in small moments, they made a huge contribution to my journey. But when I went to southern France to this first journey, it was a call. It was actually a dream I had, where I was told to go there. I was told to open the crystal skull and codes, and to bring them in to support this newer field of consciousness and the consciousness of new era's arrival at Earth. And it was so strange to me. I just opened in April 2011, and I'm born with the connection, but I haven't got any teachings, any support with this until perhaps 5 or 10 years before I had this kind of opening in 2011. So when the message came in 2012, it wasn't a beautiful way I'm handling it, and I can tell about that in another webinar sometime. So we have been to Montaigu a couple of times. Last year, I had an intense connection with him again, and he channeled. I channeled him, and he wants to open here as well. So I'm opening for the channeling. Each and every one of us is on a journey through life. Through millennia, journeys have been taken with huge contributions to give access to wisdom in this specific area of the universe, where the consciousness have been developed odd. Nowhere in the universe has the consciousness developed like here. And as Templar Knight, I'm only a face, an energy, a voice from here, but I'm connected through the chain throughout the universe, through all the consciousness that's here with the same aim, the same goal, the same purpose, as well as you are. In these days, these months, these years, we are opening to the connection that was once here and have been shut down due to difficulties. For thousands of years, we have been in preparation, a preparation for this arrival of true consciousness. True consciousness carries itself, makes sense of things, creates harmony, creates mutuality, fusion, and unity. Non-true consciousness creates separation, distances, and fighting. As Earth consciousness has been prepared, you are as well. We are calling for you to sense within yourself your truth. As your truth is merging in these years, it might be sensed as disturbing, but it's not. It's only disturbing your old foundation, who was what was created in non-consciousness, in nothingness. And maybe you'll see it can be, but if you sense from within, through the resonance, through your knowingness, you will sense and agree that this is how it shouldn't be. Allow your void of knowingness to take a view, a perspective at what you are seeing in the world right now. Does it make sense or nonsense? If you see it makes sense, then you work at another level, another way that's important as well. The ones we are working with here, seeing the nonsense in our reality. Carry it in as an aim, as goal, as a purpose, to make this nonsense a foundation in the consciousness to go in the opposite direction, creating and manifesting a reality that makes sense to everybody. We are containing and holding the access to the wisdom field that haven't been connected with the non-consciousness. In the openings that we are working with here, we will find the gates in everybody through the inner connection in the DNA memory field and allow it to extend to what you could call knowingness, intuition. Support this to take place in the mutual fields of consciousness all over the globe, in all traditions, all variations, all groups, allowing it to be ignited in the version that carries the sense by acknowledging the nonsense. This is a growth from within. It can be met, it can be understood by your brain capacity, your memory from the history is smooth and fast and tell about things that happened that could be seen, that couldn't be told. But in a huge extension, the history carries as well wisdom and a manifestation of access to wisdom carried from within, arriving in each and every one when they are prepared beautifully and magnificently, open like magic, because you don't have to do something to let it arrive. Earth people is prepared in all of the reality, all the poetry, the songs, the medias is prepared to show you what you need to recognize the truth from within. The machines in the connections is prepared. It's created to be following your attention. and to draw your attention in a negative way. But if your connection and your attention begins to open in a positive way, it will change its ways. It's prepared. When we are open energy fields like this, we will go into a connection with all the levels of consciousness and all the different supports that's here. The expansion of the consciousness that can be met is handled and grown in the usage of technology and in the widening of your perspective through all over the globe in the different traditions, the different ways. And as something is ignited because we meet it in our reality, it's ignited as well from within. And maybe you have experienced this in your own ways. By this introduction, you meet it with your sense of what makes sense, your recognition, your resonance. There's no such things as a pure channel. And as this channel is envisioning and showing you things and talk about things, it's only a small part of the truth. But the whole truth will be carried from within by each and every one of us in the way that makes sense to us. So the work we are doing in these journeys is not to create a new understanding of reality. It's to open the expansion of your reality in the way that makes sense and strengthen your consciousness and your understandings from within, your sense of yourself, your sense of your values, and your ability to channel yourself into the reality in your highest and your best version. And this is a possibility that's growing each and every day right now. You carry in your channel and your connection a prepared introduction to the mutual field of consciousness that have been prepared in a lot of different areas of the universe. Just these last 100 years, it's been carried in through the incarnations, arrived and embedded in the mutual field of consciousness. Millions of incarnations have prepared this, and now it begins. In these specific areas, we have portals. We have special openings that have been held by different layers of consciousness. And when we are entering the area in Tomar, we would like to follow you in to your inner portal, to all of the wisdom's field, and their availability, their ability to support you to channel yourself into your truth, into your pure version, where you see things in the way that makes sense. And as a support for the work that will come, we are preparing as well. And we will do this as an example and use it for preparation at the same time. And maybe you will sense in your way that something change when we open the portals in Tomar that we will be supported by, and we will support when we enter there. The portal we will open is a zero portal that's connected to all the wisdom's field all over the globe. And all the wisdom's field have a 0 point, a point where no human have disturbed it. The 0 point of a wisdom field is a non-disturbed point, and we will support with our small existence as a physical being that steps in and agree upon meeting ourselves in our truth version. There will be teachings when we are here, when we are there to support us to be able to enter this. Right now, when we have a taste of it, it will be not as dense, not as intense. When we step into this zeroing portal aligned with the wisdom fields all over the globe, we will have a possibility to zero ourselves and our connection to the wisdom fields. And how will this show itself? My experience is that it shows itself. Now you can sense I'm changing. I have changed. I'm not channeling in the same way as before. Often I'm not able to say when it shifts, but I sense it and I know it. If you are getting used to work with me or listen to me when I'm channeling, you will sense it as well. So when we are zeroing and we are zeroing our connection to the wisdom fields, what I've sensed it's doing to me is that I'm more wise. I make more sense. And my ability to let go of things that doesn't make sense is accessible. It might still be difficult, but it's accessible. I've been in Tomar several times. We're not entering the zeroing portal yet. We are just waiting for it to be ready for us. And then I can share a little bit. When I was in Tomar, I think 2 times from now, I don't remember the year. I think it was 2021, actually. I was the energy shifting, sorry. The general teachings was amazing. The Templar feels how they deliver the teaching. I'm always like taken by it. But maybe you don't feel the same way. But let's see if I can deliver this small teaching that they gave us that to me makes so much sense. And it's not because I haven't heard it before, it was just difficult or different. So here it goes. See if I can channel it in again. You might as well begin to meet your negative version immediately. It will never be any more difficult and any more easy, because the part of you that's difficult is taught equally as the one that makes sense, that's carrying you with grace. If you wait, if you're not taking care of your difficulties, then they will begin to be the leadership from within. And to me, it was like, yes, such a simple way to express what I have been working with for some of these years since I opened as a modern shaman of the new era. New ways to meet our immaturities and our shadows and our difficulties. And just this simple ways of telling about it, yeah, that's to me a small expression of these kind of teachings. Now the steering portal opens. Maybe you sense being there. We are outside of the garden into this monastery with the church. They have a huge garden, and just outside of the garden there's a small area, and we are standing here in the energy and showing that we are ready to communicate, to work with, to exchange with this zeroing portal. And as I am the shaman, modern shaman of the new era, I'm the security. So I come first and last. And if anything, by any chance, doesn't work, then it will end here. That's how it works when we are walking on the edge. Afterwards, everything that opens will be secured for everyone. We don't need somebody to handle it or take care of it. It's only when it's opening. And I have opened this once before, so it's not completely new. Otherwise, I'm not sure I will be allowed to open it in a free webinar, open on a platform like this. Send your body a connection. Sense the energy. Allow yourself to go into the experience from within. Allow yourself to be just here without struggling. Breathe. Maybe sense this golden light and the wisdom carries that steps in, like light beings. Maybe sense how they connect with us. They give me a sign. We are ready, they say. And they need me to open the portal for zeroing. Done it before. Sense this staff, this pole that's connected to portals all over the globe that can zero. So I connect with this. Now this primary portal opens to the zeroing capacity in the wisdom fields all over the globe. Open, open, open. And the opening is just a preparation. The portals activated when they're closing, when they're closed. It's different to how it was in the old era before. All the portal all over the globe is stepping in, and now this portal is closing again, opening in a new era form with the security and with a membrane instead of a gate. Now your system open your membrane to the exchange with the portal. The portal open the membrane for the exchange. Breathe, soft, deep, observe, and here we go. With the zeroing movement in your consciousness that perhaps haven't been non-existing in your lineage. So maybe a movement in your lineage, a reaction have been going on for a really long time without zeroing. Now you are zeroing it. And when you're zeroing it, it releases the attraction to the past and release the negative connection to the future. Zeroing in both directions. Both directions. And to some, this can be a blessing. To others, it can be odd. It can be nothing. Allow it to be what it is. Nearly entering the complete zeroing together. And as we are existing in our reality, we are containing the power and the pure manifestation possibility. So because we are doing this, we are extending the possibility in the fields and in the portals. And the light beings surrounding us, they know this. And they are so supportive as we are supporting. Not only now, but in the days and weeks and months to come. Because this, to us, a small moment is a huge contribution. As the global field begins to zeroing, all the fields and all the reactions in the automatic systems in all the humans all over the world. And in cosmic language, humans means a creature that carries the soul. All over humanity, we are zeroing in together to create a restart without the ignition from the past and the devotion to a non-existent future. Zeroing in together to gather around the globe to create a reality that makes sense. Allow you to be in this experience for a moment without words. When your zeroing is complete, your consciousness can reignite, and recreate itself. Don't believe me. Sense it from within, not only in this moment, but in the times to come. Breathe. Soft, deep. Support your system in this shift. The light beings surrounding us, they're signaling now. It's fulfilled. Our participation in the preparation for now is done. Appreciation is given to us. And if you sense any positive reaction, you are invited to send it back to them. Don't force it. Don't create it. Allow it to flow by itself. And if it doesn't, it's perfect as well. They are supporting us in closing down the connection and following us back here to the field, allowing us to receive a small healing. It supports us well. In this stage where the energy is a bit wild and it can be difficult to balance ourselves and our interaction with anything and everything, this small healing supports us as well. And the movement through the field back to here where we are also ignites an anchoring where you with your intention can call upon the zeroing again. We will lose it for sure because our system is so used to the non-functional version, the disturbed version. So it will meet it again, it will create it again. But the power from within by choosing the zeroing is so strong in these months. So it might work pretty well if you call upon it when you think you want it, you need it, you're curious to try it. There's no such things as doing it too much because it's actually your own natural state of being, your own connection, true connections that reignites. So we're landing here again. I just remember to greet them, to greet the field, to show my appreciation, to show my love, and how I'm touched from such odd levels that I can't describe it, not even to myself. Allow it to open this, being so touched, be so moved that I can't express it. I can't tell. But what we're exchanging with here, they know. They recognize it. My recognition beyond comprehension. I give it to them. And my promise to do my best from my heart and my connection with the wisdom field and the Templars. I greet them with that as well. Breathe, soft, deep. Slowly landing this small tryout for the connection with the Knight Templar entrance to the wisdom field and the zeroing capacity. Breathe, soft, deep. Sense your body. Sense how much you experience yourself from within. Is there any kind of change? Doesn't have to be. Don't search for it. Allow it to show itself if there's something else. And we are open for sharings and questions as well. And then I will try to answer, channeled as good as I can. I have a little difficulties with the English today. The pronunciation and the access to the words, because there's no meaning to why. Sense your body, the emotional state of being, and the energy. Anything that comes up by itself, allow it to be. Don't force it. Don't search. Be open. To me, it's kind of the same way as when I'm watching the cloud in the sky, the clouds in the sky. Just watching it and see how it moves. I don't know where it brings itself, and I can't do anything about it. I can just allow it to move me, to touch me. Or when I'm sitting in nature, watching what opens by itself. Small insects that just come by. I can't demand it. But if I'm open, I might experience it. I will meet it if it comes. To open to what comes by itself. To me, I remember the clouds in the sky and the observation in nature, allowing it to bring me experiences by being awake. The sharing here, strong energy. It's tickling in my whole body. Thank you so much. I'm in bed now and it feels lovely. Your English is perfect. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for the sharing. In the newer field of consciousness, oh, I'm touched. Allowing it. When we are touched, it's a good idea to allow it to flow. Just to ourselves. Thank you so much. Taking it in, allowing it. Thank you. When we are sharing in the nearer field of consciousness in that way, we are sharing in a way where each sharing is just as true and important as the others. We are using each other's sharings. We're not comparing them. We're not understanding them. We are using them to allow it to open from within. Open to how it can resonate and how it can reopen our own experience and perhaps enhance it. And if a sharing makes sense to you and you resonated, it's just as enhancing as if you're not. So if you're not resonating with a sharing, that shows you just as much creating a contour to your experience. And is sharing more here, I feel more lightness and happiness. Allowing the sharing to ignite within. Sense a resonance. Yeah, me too. It was actually difficult for me to reach that because the energy is so intense in these channelings with the English and openness in a larger extent than when I'm teaching and channeling in Danish. It's my original language. So because the energy is so intense and I'm so held in the field, I didn't experience the lightness and the heaviness, but by using your sharing, I can sense it and appreciate it. Thank you. Breathe, soft, deep. And if this is giving you something, if it's interesting, if it makes you curious, if you sense the truth with it, if you in any way find this as a contribution, please find more. The more to come, the next to comes, and the replays in my English YouTube channel, The Word of Consciousness by Marianne. And you can find my homepage, and you can find more about what's coming up also in the Facebook page if you're into that. But we'll try to collect most of the things in YouTube as it's more common. Never mind, it's perfect. Thank you so much. We will have 3 more of these webinars, and actually already tomorrow. See if I'm not so good at remembering as I'm in the energy and in the channeling. So I already told you. So let's see if I can find it here. Yes. So we already, the 6th, we'll have an open webinar as well. And it will be my first channeling of what's called the Oracle Prophecies. And we will open with Prophecy A in the Soul Legends. And I will channeling a consciousness from Cosmic Atlantis, a priestess. It's not the right word, but we actually don't have words for her contribution to the mutual field of consciousness in Cosmic Atlantis. And she invited me to channel for you both the energy, the connection, and the words that will come. And it will be a series, or this will be the first one. The 6th of March, the 18th of March, and the 24th of March will be the first 3 for the Oracle Prophecies. And the free webinars here, that's about the Templar Knight journey to Tomar. We have here the first one, the 5th of March, then we'll have another one, and the 25th of March, the 1st of April, and the 10th of April. And of course, a replay as well. And please investigate how strong the energy is in the replay as well. It's really adventurous. It's a mystery how it works. Since the energy is landing, close and beautifully. And a beautiful sharing here as well. I get the word from my wiser higher self that the feeling attachment to is less within me than before. What a strong sharing. Thank you. I sense it through the resonance. And how much doesn't this mean to us, each and every one of us, if our attachments to will be less than before? And I see with you sharing how these kind of attachments, when they are lesser, then the stronger, heartfelt ones can have more access. The wiser one from the wiser higher self, that connections kind of have more space when the attachments to is less within than before. Thank you so much for your sharing as well. I so appreciate your sharings and your questions. It brings mutuality and the exchange within the field into life. There's no channeling if we're not sharing it together here. I'm so appreciating it, and I know that it's not resonating with everyone. I remember how crazy I thought it was before my opening in 2011. I was like, okay, if it suits you, well, but it doesn't make sense at all. I'm originally an engineer working with science, and yeah, even though I've been seeing ghosts and sensing energy since I was a small child, I didn't believe in it. I didn't have anyone to share with it, so it was just how it landed. So I understand so much, even the people who laugh of me when I do this, but you who meet it and have experiences that make sense to you, and that instead of shatter your reality, it supports you in creating your reality. It makes enough sense for me to do so. And I have sympathy beautifully with the one who's laugh of this, because I understand it so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your important work. I love your naturalness. Thank you. Excellent work. Thank you. Appreciating your contribution here. And landing. Sense your body, sense your senses meeting your reality and your surroundings. When we are opening so much, even though it's balanced and it's together and it's held, and your retribution to yourself is complete because it's in a health field. It's like when you have been in like watching a movie for a long time or be on a journey for a long time. It's still like your senses can be a little bit off. So if we are allowing ourselves to sense our body and allowing our physical senses to open, we will be supported the last part of the journey back to ourselves here in our natural reality. Allow me to call it that. I know the other realities is just as natural. At least it is to me, but we need words for it. Beautiful words that doesn't disturb and doesn't create distance. But it's difficult with these words because it means different things to us. We are resonating with it differently. Words is like portals. And our portals, it is different with the same words. So any words that doesn't have the same resonance with you, find your own words and see if you can sense the energy that comes from this and find your own words for it. That's a huge part of the work we are meeting in the years to come here in our reality to create unity, peace, love, and harmony. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again. If it makes sense to give you something and you want to share it with anyone, I will appreciate it.